Square Garden on Monday night, the 18th of February, competing on the Wrestling Spectacular in Madison Square Garden. On that date will be 4 of the world-famous midget wrestlers competing in tag team action. You'll also see on the wrestling event Tito Santana square off against Fabulous Hulk Hogan. And also scheduled in the card, the Samoans, Afa and Sika. Afa meeting Rene Goulet. Sika taking on the Polish power, Ivan Putski. Iran's Great Hussein will battle Larry Zbyszko. Ladies and gentlemen, waiting in the wings, of course, in the main event will be Bob Backlund, the World Wrestling Federation title holder, squaring off against the Olympic strongman, a man who went toe-to-toe with Backlund in the previous encounter, Ken Patera. However, a difference here will unquestionably be the presence of the guest referee, Mr. Pat Patterson. If we may now, let's bring on Ken Patera, along with his manager, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. And we'd like to direct this, if we may, to the Grand Wizard. The importance of the guest referee, I think, cannot be overstated in this match. Patterson has stated he will be objective. He has stated that, indeed allow the rules not to be broken, but to be bent a great deal. I would like to get your response to that.
Well, McMahon, I hope that for once Pat Patterson is telling the truth. I hope he does exactly what he says he's going to do. Be impartial, bend the rules a little bit. But you know, McMahon, in the back of my mind and in the back of Ken Patera's mind, how impartial can he be when I'm the one who sold his contract? But you can be sure of one thing. I will be watching this man at ringside every moment. Patterson, I know your every move. I know how you think. And the minute you start to show prejudice against the great champion Ken Patera, we have our plan, and we'll make the move then.
That all sounds quite good, Grand Wizard. However, many people still, and I think Ken Patera would perhaps be one that would wonder whether or not Pat Patterson is not going to be, well, seeing things more along your lines, Ken Patera.
Well, I don't have any animosity towards Pat Patterson. That's between the Grand Wizard, Lou Albano, and Pat Patterson. As far as Bobby Backlund's concerned, I have to give you one thing, Bobby Backlund. I have to give you a lot of credit because you lasted much, much longer than Ken Patera anticipated. I wasn't anticipating a tough match out of you. I thought I was going to go in there just like that, take that strap and put it around my waist. But after it was all over, I was on top of you for a 5, maybe a 6 count. You were out. I was in control. But where was the referee? Was it accidental or was it deliberately on your part that the referee was eliminated just for a moment? And that's why it's boiled down to what it has boiled down to. There has to be a man in there that will be able to control the madness. And that's Pat Patterson. There's a man, one of the toughest in professional wrestling today. And Pat Patterson, I'm going to take you for your word that you will be standing at the end of that match. And you will walk over to Ken Patera and raise my arm in victory when I destroy Bobby Backlund. Because the first time around, Bobby, I underestimated you. I underestimated your strengths and your weaknesses. But I know where your weaknesses lie, and I know where your strengths lie at this moment. And when the swinging neck breaker is applied, it's going to be applied when you are down and out, and there will be no way out.
We thank you for your time. Ken Patera, along with his manager, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. We may now, let's bring on Pat Patterson, the man about which this controversy swirls to a certain extent. Well, really you can see many fans saying, well, no, Patterson is more like Ken Patera. He's rough, he's tough, he bends the... He's more like Patera. Other fans say, no, he's out of change of heart. He sees it the way Bob Backlund sees it. Now, you tell us, how do you see it?
Well, everybody's asking me how I feel about this match, and people are asking me how I feel about Bob Backlund. Well, Bob Backlund gave me some of the toughest match I ever had in my wrestling career. Well, now we're going to see how tough he is. I'm going to let him bend the rules. They can go at it, and the best man is going to win, and I'm going to raise the hand of the best man, and he'll be the world's champion.
Thank you very much, Pat Patterson. We look forward to the main event in the Garden.